right, let's take a little trip to Rehoboth and check in with ABC2's Christian Schaffer, who is weathering out the storm there, far away from the waves, as you said on your Twitter account here.
Yeah, I'm up here on my hotel room. Back there is the storm surge is getting ready to come in a couple hours. You heard Wyatt talking about how that storm sped up, and now it's going to be here sooner than we thought. It has been raining since Saturday. I can't even remember anymore, but it's really been a hard rain much of the day today. Just a lot of water. The streets are not flooded, but they're wet. It is completely covered. Now, some streets down in Bethany Beach and also in Dewey Beach are flooded. In Rehoboth, though, it hasn't happened yet. However, what has happened is that the dunes have been breached by when the high tide came in earlier. I can tell you that here in Delaware, Route 1, which is that main road that runs from Ocean City all the way up here, Coastal Highway extended essentially, is closed between from Dewey Beach down to Bethany. You can't drive on that anywhere, so you're basically cut off here in Rehoboth from getting anywhere south because of the closure of that bridge that's happened since yesterday. Here in Delaware, they've implemented a phase 2 of their driving plan, which means they don't want anybody driving anyway. So even if you could drive from Rehoboth to Bethany, you wouldn't be allowed to. They're only asking emergency vehicles now to be on the roads here in Delaware. In this northern section, Rehoboth, this is where, just across the bay from Cape May, New Jersey, Lewis, Delaware, there has been some flooding up there as well. So this is where we're going to see the effects of that storm surge come in a couple hours. And while there hasn't been any flooding yet, officials here are still very much expecting that to happen at some point. Also, Fenwick Island, some flooding down there as well. One other thing that the officials here were talking about was all the people who maybe live in the Baltimore area and own a property down here, like a vacation home or a second home. And what they're saying is, at this point, it's obviously too late to come down and prevent anything from happening to it. You can't get here. There's been a mandatory evacuation. But what they're saying is after the storm, it might be best to wait a day to get down here. It's going to be a little crazy with them trying to restore power and perhaps make some rescues tomorrow morning. Maybe wait a day or two to come down and inspect your property. And when you do, they're asking you to bring good identification, which would include a utility bill or something like that, to make sure that you're able to get access depending on where your property is, whether it's in Ocean City, Bethany, Rehoboth, Fenwick. That's something to think about going forward if you have a property that you're concerned about down here and you're not going to know exactly how Sandy has affected it. It might take a little while. Just be patient. They will be here trying to help you out. But when you come down, bring some identification. That's one tip they were telling us is going to be important going forward here. Once again, we're waiting here in Rehoboth for the official arrival of Hurricane Sandy, although her effects have been felt for quite some time now. We'll see what happens when the storm surge hits in a couple hours, and then high tide just a couple hours after that, guys.
All right, Christian Schaffer, thanks for that live report. Outage update, close to 35,000.